Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Wisdom for Women. I am your host, Eris Simone, the founder of the Blue Heart Project, host of Wisdom for Women, certified life coach and mental health professional. We're back, guys. I feel like it's been a minute since I recorded, and I'm so excited to be back. It's weird because although it hasn't been that long, I feel like different behind the camera a little bit. I don't know if it's because the coming of age or a mentality shift.
Could it just be the rest and rejuvenation?
Maybe.
I'm telling you, I just came through a season of that myself.
Oh.
It's different. It's hitting me different.
Yeah.
Burnout is real.
Man. Oh my gosh.
Burnout is
Look, we ready to start preaching already. Y'all, to my left. We have a very special guest today. We have the lovely Tiffany Martin of Visionary Concepts and Events. Oh my gosh, you're an author, you're a speaker. Yes. It's crazy because you introduced yourself to me as the coach of all coaches, but you said you don't like that term.
I have to say, I classify myself as a leadership analyst.
Okay.
And so a mentor of mentors, a leader's leader, and a coach's coach.
Okay.
I say coach's coach because that's what's familiar in the marketplace.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, me personally, this is my personal opinion now, I am not the person that likes to hop on fads and bandwagons because I am a dare to be different concept. I am the dare to be different concept.
Yeah.
When the Chrysler 300 came out, I didn't want that car because everybody else had it. You know what I mean? And so this is one of those things I don't know about the coach. Everybody. That's one of the things you don't have to necessarily have a license for.
Yeah.
So everybody who thinks that they are skilled in doing a thing, and we all are. We all have gifts and talents, right?
Right.
And it is essentially a coach, but I think there have been a lot of service-based coaches out there that have put a bad taste in consumers' mouths and mindsets, and it's left a lack of trust, if you will.
Okay.
So I used to do spoken word poetry, and I used to kind of do public speaking. Well, I still do, obviously, but I love playing on words.
Okay.
So I'm a leadership analyst.
Yeah.
I dissect skill sets, mindsets. I dissect processes. I dissect what you're doing. I am a visionary.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have a skill set to be able to tap into the mind of what you're thinking. As someone's talking to me, it's like my mind's going through Tetris game.
Man.
Find the right pieces that fit.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what works. But it's common knowledge to say coach.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it. I don't put my thumb down to it.
Yeah.
It's just for me. I'd rather not be classified as a coach. But
for sure.
I say coach is coach because it's what's familiar to people.
Yeah, for sure. And I love how you worded that because it's just like the idea of I don't want to put myself in that box.
Right.
For sure. Child, we're gonna dig a little deeper because I already know.
Let's dig. I'm here for it.
But no, so guys, today it's gonna be a two-parter. Just so y'all know, two.
2 for 1.
It's gonna be a two-parter, and basically, I just wanted to talk to you specifically though about the importance of mentorship. You and I met at a good friend of ours, Shalena's event. Hey sis. And it was amazing.
Yes.
I'm new to the Houston.
She's awesome.
Yeah. For sure. I'm newer to the Houston area. It's almost like a year and a half now.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm not quite a Houstonian yet, but
that's okay. I'm not either. I am now officially, but I came in as an implant too. It's okay.
Okay. It's okay.
You're okay. We welcome you with open arms. It's the best place for the young urban professional, so I came back here.
I think so. I do think so.
You hit the ground running now. You're kind of doing some stuff with this.
Man,
this platform is
I
awesome.
appreciate that because it's just like I'm so hard on myself. And I feel like I took my first year to kind of just do what I wanted, all of the things. And now I just feel like in this year too, it's like, okay, we started a podcast. Okay, let's keep this ball rolling. Like, what else are we doing? Let's go ahead.
We are our worst critic. We are our biggest critic. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You just have to have balance.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You gotta know. Listen, no is a complete sentence. And sometimes we got to tell ourselves no. Sometimes we got to tell ourselves to sit down.
Yeah.
That's what the last 5 weeks did for me. I was forced to sit down. I'm like, I'm a go-getter. So I got to get this done, get that done. I got to do this. But I just couldn't. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
Burnout hit me hard. I've never experienced burnout like that before. So I feel you.
Okay.
I was forced to rest. I needed to. You need it. It's necessary. So
Man.
give yourself patience and give yourself grace. I'm saying that to you. Give yourself patience and grace. You need it. Balance is necessary.
No, yeah, yeah, for sure. I feel like I rested enough though. I feel like
then it's time to grind.
Yeah, I wanna. As of lately, I've had this different wind of momentum.
Yes.
And I feel
Fresh
like,
wind.
man, and it literally just came off of just one step I took, and it's just like now, what? Even today, we doing 4 episodes. Why not?
Why not?
What else am I doing?
Why not? Why not?
So
I feel you. This week was that week for me.
Yeah.
When you snap out of it, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
it's go
yeah,
time. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
and
go.
it's just the idea of like prior to that, just living in my head, just living in my head.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna dig.
Talk about that. And put a pin in that one right
Man, please, let's please do it. But no, yes. So we met at a networking event, guys. Beautiful room, beautiful women, women of color. It was amazing. I feel like I networked with so many people that day. It just was a great space. It's always a great time to be around like-minded people.
Absolutely.
But especially like-minded women.
Yes.
Because I feel like regardless of like, the age difference or the demographic or whatever, I feel like when it comes to women with a business mind or that are like-minded and just the idea of, you don't even necessarily have to be an entrepreneur, but just like trying to achieve your goals and dreams. I feel like it's always great to just be in a collective space. I kind of feel like we feed off each other's energy, ideas. It's just, this is my tribe. It's always a great feeling to feel like that, you know?
Yes. And it's so pivotal. You call that out, right? And the things that I'm hearing you say is, I'm using active listening skills, y'all. So the things I'm hearing you say is energy and alignment. Like attracts like.
For sure.
Right? And in any, especially nowadays, in the age and height of mental health illnesses and struggles, you have to be self-aware.
For sure.
And so you can't work with everybody, and that's kind of where I'm at. You cannot, I will not, I shall not, I won't align and work with just anyone.
Yeah.
Nor should we.
Yeah.
But you call out a collective, and it's community economics, when we can all get together and we can all share, we can all be.
Yeah.
It's the energy that starts to align and click like puzzle pieces. And then it's like, man, the bossism that is in this room, the potential, you know what I mean, where people are like, and then to know that you met somebody at an event and you kind of connect and stay in the loop, and you watch where they grow and where they come from, or you help each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
never know where your next opportunity is going to come from. That's why networking in spaces like that is so important.
For sure.
So therefore, I'm glad I met you, girl.
No, your energy definitely, I feel like, was like the one of the best energies in the room. I was like, okay.
Oh, bless you.
For sure. Like I told you when I called you, I'm like, I've been looking for your number. I've been trying to think of your name. And I don't know whose quote it is, but I've heard a quote before a couple years ago, and it was like, you may not remember somebody's face. You may not even remember their name, but you can always remember somebody's energy.
That's true.
And it's just like,
yeah.
So here we are, guys.
It was like a connector piece too, because we have to show up for ourselves in spaces like that.
For sure.
And it's just a simple handshake and introduction. And I remember once upon a time I used to be so nervous. And if anybody who knows me, I am not shy. You know what I mean? But it's in spaces like that I would always say, in my head, I don't know what to say. What do I say? How do I not sound stupid? Like, you going through all these different things in your head. Like, okay, what do I say to make myself memorable? And da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, skirt, stop the madness.
Just be yourself.
Just show up as your authentic self.
Man.
And that's what we do. And that's why we leave lasting impressions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get in here and teach just yet, y'all, but it's a brand identity. It's brand recognition. It's when you walk into any room, when you leave that room, what are people saying about you?
Yeah.
Not what you say about yourself. We can represent ourselves, whether you're giving false reality or true reality,
For
right?
sure.
But it's what were people saying about you when you exit that space. That is your brand identity, your brand recognition. You have to be your own brand.
Come on, teach us. I'm not about to play with your ass. But no, seriously. So with all of that, man, we're talking about mentorship today.
Yes.
As I don't even know what generation I'm a part of at this point. I'm 25 now, y'all. Period. Growing up,
She
you know. But you know, it's just so ideal that I have mentors. You feel what I'm saying? And to me personally, I'm not sure exactly what Webster's dictionary says, but I feel like to me, a mentor is somebody that can provide substantial advice or wisdom in a certain area or all areas, or just, you know, kind of like that go-to, what will my mentor do type
Absolutely.
person. But it's like now I'm coming into a space where I need new mentors. I feel like, you know, I've had mentors in the seasons that I've already been in, as far as coming from Richmond, Virginia, and, you know, before I had my degree and before I lived out here and just all of the things. But now that I'm stepping into this new season, and now that I actually want to scale my business on a different level, and I want to impact on a different level, and just all of the things, it's like, okay, I need some new big sisters, because
Get in the right lane.
Man. But I will say, I genuinely feel like Shalana is like that starting, that starter.
Yeah.
The MVP right now. I will give my sister her flowers.
She shows
for
up.
sure. She do. And just
shows
off of the
up.
first meet, she was just like, well, why you not doing this? Why you not doing that? Oh my God, not you care.
Yeah. That part.
Not you care.
That part.
But-
part. And everybody's not like that, unfortunately. So my little elevator speech I usually tell everybody, it's like, okay, I am a leadership analyst. I'm a mentor's mentor, right? You know, all that I've said. I have 27 years experience helping business professionals show up and level up for themselves, right? And I help them get there. Leadership starts within self. It starts within self first. So I teach you how to show up as your authentic self. I teach you how to set clear, specific, and intentional goals. I teach you how to manage your mindset, because how you talk to yourself matters. That is ACT. You have to get your act together.
Period.
And so literally what you're saying is the beginning stages of that self-awareness.
I'm big on that.
Yeah, absolutely. and your definition of mentorship, I would say, is spot on. Like, it is someone who has and carries the mold of experience and wisdom that is going to help the mentee grow, level up. And there's, I think I jumped in on what you were saying, but literally, like, there's different key critical aspects as to why people should invest in mentorship. Like, I remember praying for years, because you can't align with the right people. It's almost like a therapist. It's okay to go to a therapist, but the right fit has to be, you know what I mean? Like, that's gonna land with me and hit home for me.
Right.
I can't really just be with just anybody. I've had therapists who were just trash. No offense to anybody else that's out there, but
No shade. I
mean, you can't align with the right mentor, because there are people who are really like about self.
Yeah, I was just ready to say
And
that.
it's about service. It's about giving back.
Right.
And it's about taking what you've learned, your experiences, and, like you just said too, implanting that impact.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you this. What do you feel like is the difference between a mentor and a coach?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Well, I would say this. A coach, it depends on how it's subjective. This is a subjective one. And a coach is going to be, I think of a coach instantly like, okay, you got a basketball coach. You may have a football coach. You're going to have someone that is going to be in a leadership space that is providing advice. A coach can be a mentor.
Right.
So I don't think that they are too far off. And it just depends on what context you're speaking of the term. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a coach can be a mentor. Can a mentor be a coach? Absolutely. I feel like a mentor definitely plays that role.
Right.
And falls in line with what a coach is, because you're teaching.
Yeah.
And you're helping and you're educating. And you're providing advice. You're an advisor.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I get it. I mean, I don't think they're very far off. It just depends on how you use the term and in what context you're speaking in.
I think for me, like, I feel like the two can definitely like switch off, because it definitely depends on, like you said, what you're talking about. In my personal experience, I feel as though a mentor has been a little bit more lackadaisical than a coach, just because I've had mentors that are not just like a specific thing for one thing in the past.
Yeah.
I've just had, like, you know, people I refer to as a mentor because they give really good advice. But when I think of a coach, I've been a cheerleader for a lot of the years of my life. You feel what I'm saying? And I also have had a life coach. I'm a certified life coach. So, like, the people that taught me, they're coaches. So I feel like for me, a coach has more of like a stern connotation. A mentor is like, let me call my mentor, see what they're talking about. But as I grow older, but like I said earlier, as I grow into this next level, I feel like I need more mentors. But I mean, a more stern being in, no, you're messing up.
So, and you bring up a really good point. So that would be a key example of the context I'm speaking of, right?
Okay.
A life coach has a broad scope of things you can really talk about. Mentorship can own in on specifics. I have several mentors. I don't know if anyone knows Spectacular Smith, but he is one of the members of Pretty Ricky, the group Pretty Ricky. He's a multimillionaire now. So I remember I was in a place and position, like, anybody could give you advice. We can talk to our girlfriends and they give us advice. We can talk to our parents and they give us advice. And I can look at them as a coach and or mentor, however you want to, whatever, you know, your perspective is on that. And I can recall praying, like, that feeling of it's time to level up, that feeling of like, nope, what I've been doing has been great.
Yeah.
And I've had some really great people that's come into my life and help teach me and show me things.
Right.
Now it's time for me to break down the glass ceiling and kick the door wide open.
Yes.
And
that's
so
exactly where I'm at.
in the space. I know. I understand. And I'm in the space now where I finally found a mentor that was able to help me take everything that I have done and help me to get out of that stuck place. And so it's like, God damn it. Now I get it, because it's like ding, 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 like the juices start flowing again. And it's like, and it's someone who can actually spend quality time with you on your situation, what it is that you need specifically. Like, as a leader, I have a team. I cannot coach and develop everybody the same exact way.
Okay.
Although there may be tactics and skill sets and things that you teach, techniques you teach, I can't train and teach Susie Q the same way I do Johnny Boy, because they have different learning styles. They have different ways that they receive. You know what I mean? So I have to kind of pivot. There's power in the pivot. I have to pivot in those situations.
There's power in
and
the pivot.
So,
that's
like,
a word.
That's a word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I did a webinar recently on that, the power of the pivot. It's about shifting.
Yes.
And I mean, it's not about giving up. So if someone tells me, no, I don't care. You say I can't go over the table? Don't worry about it. I'm going
to go under.
Oh, you got a wall right there? Don't worry about it.
I'll go around it. Oh, no, we finished it. Okay, alive, man. Come on now. Come on, somebody. Don't get me started here.
Yes. It's motivation. It's all about motivation and morale. And you know, again, to each its own. And I think your experience kind of will definitely help shape what a coach and or mentor is to me. I have invested thousands of dollars in mentorship programs. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Grant Cardone, mega billionaire out here. He's someone else, another mentor I've invested in, to teach me aspects of business that I was never really like, I grew up with or exposed, or for that school's not teaching us. You understand? So I'm going to people, and so I read this book called Who Not How. And it's specific to what you're asking and what we're talking about. And
Okay.
it's specific to, we always, hey, how? How do I get this step? How do I go over there? And how? Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But then it helps you to shift your perspective. Mentorship to me helps shifts my perspective on where I am and what I'm at, what I'm doing in that moment.
Right.
Because it's about finding the right who that specializes in the how that leads you to the what. That's mentorship.
That was a beautiful, wow. Yeah, I needed that. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's just like, I was having a conversation with some members of my tribe the other day, and just like, now like we started off and said, it's like I'm gonna be 30 in 5 years. And it's
I remember when
you like, girl. But no, like, honestly, it's like I remember when I was 19 and 20. Like, it was yesterday. Like, I was just a freshman in college. So what I'm saying is I got some goals to hit.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be another one of those people that let this next 5 years fly by. I'm not trying to be 30. And obviously what I do know in just my own life experience and in my own healing and my own journey, that you're never going to have it all figured out. And you're going to change every day as far as just like what you want out of life and what you just the whole shebang.
Yep.
However, howsomever, I'm not trying to be in the same spot.
You sound like me, Lord.
And me personally, this is no shade, this is no tea, whatever the case may be. I also don't want to bring the next generation in my womb, and I'm struggling.
That's powerful.
And I don't really even, I feel like we grow every day, so it's kind of funny to say like I don't know me, but I don't even have me as an individual set.
Yeah.
So why, if the goal for me is to break curses and to create promise for the next generation, it would be idiotic for me, definitely not conducive to start a family. And it's like, okay, so now I'm gonna like make my life triple as hard. No,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah. You sound like me. I swear. At the age of 17, I knew that I've said out loud, and I said for years, I was going to be the CEO of a major company.
Wow.
And I never knew that I was talking about my own. Okay.
Get me off this podcast, y'all. Y'all don't even understand what she just said. Before you even continue, let me just say, because we talk about alignment very briefly. As a little girl, I never, mama, everybody, whatever, teachers, whatever, asked me, Eris, what you want to be when you grow up? Eris, what you want to grow up? I want to be the CEO of my own company.
Come on. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Okay, now I'm gonna let you go.
And
I just had to say that.
Here I am, just said it out loud too, right? Divine alignment. This is not by accident.
Man.
So to that I say, and I grew up in the church, y'all, and this is, I know that there's many different interpretations of scripture, right? But because I know better now and my life's experiences, things just hit different for me. And so to you and to anybody else listening and watching, I'm going to say, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Come on.
Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That is my business slogan.
Don't give me the shouting.
Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So there is something called an affirmation. I am. Okay? And the reason why my framework, Get Your Act Together, is so poignant and pivotal is because it has everything to do with the first step, self-awareness. It's a leader of self. You have to first lead me before you can lead we, a team, and then before you can lead us, your culture, right? Lead me first. You cannot be a CEO of anybody's major anything until you learn how to be the CEO of yourself, right?
I don't know, I'm getting emotional.
It's okay, boo. It's okay. It's okay. So to that I say, I hear I hear the passion and the desire, and I'm hearing future, and because I'm a mother as well, and one thing that I have always done and had is drive and determination and this go-getter by any means necessary. Who? Tell me I can't? Shh. I don't know if we can cuss on this. I got a potty mouth. I don't know. I won't do it. But I'm like, please.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop me?
Yeah.
Who going to check me, boo? I mean, all the things.
Yeah.
But you do have a sense of forecasting what you're doing as far as what you don't want to do in the future and the stuck place and all that. That's great. But what I hear the energy and passion on it. I would caution you and anybody else to be careful with the energy, because we talk about energy. This is huge, okay? Energy is a huge, powerful piece of the puzzle and the pie when it comes to alignment and when it comes to self-growth and self-discovery, right? So I can't manifest anything with the wrong energy and mindset. Now, the subconscious mind does not know right from wrong, okay? As a man thinketh, so is he. So what we think and what we say shows up in our world, in our lives, in our universe, no matter what, like whatever energy you put out there is exactly what's going to come back to you. It's karmic, right? So when we say, I don't want to be, like, I'm hearing fear. And I'm hearing everything that you don't want versus what you do, right? So flip it.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror and reciprocate that and be like, in the next 5 years, I am going to be a boss. I will level up. My kids will be healthy. I am abundant. My mouth is abundant. My business is abundant. My car is abundant. My kids is abundant. Everything is abundant.
For sure.
You wake up and you speak that power, and that's what will show up in your life. That's how you manifest something. And then at that point, because it's not receiving all the dumps and the fears and all that kind of stuff.
It's receiving the what's.
Correct. That pineal gland in our minds and in our brains is where our subconscious lives. So that's the space we have to protect.
Yeah.
And we have to be careful in what we say.
Yeah.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's another one,
Yeah,
right? And we don't really realize how we kill and murder our own dreams and how we kill and murder our own futures because of what we say. And don't get me wrong, we're human. And life be life. And things be happening.
Yeah.
So when you are in those moments, give yourself permission to have the moment.
Right.
Because what we were talking about earlier when we talk about the burnout, the valleys are important and they're necessary.
Yes.
They're important and necessary for you to receive those downloads.
Yes.
But when you snap out, like you said, it's go-getter time. You refresh, you regroup, and you put the right seeds out there.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's where it starts. And then you also said something else, love, that I think people take for granted, and it's self-healing.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you expect to lead anybody else, and you haven't led yourself to the point where you haven't even healed your own hurts? Because even in our own personal life, and this is why mentorship is important.
Right.
Because you want to have somebody who's going to speak to you in love for your gain, not for self-gain. You want to work with somebody who's going to help you, and it's going to get hard.
Yeah.
And there are times where there's going to be rough chats.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's quite all right.
Right.
You build that trusting relationship, that mentor, mentee, advisor, coach, student, however you want to define it. You develop that with trust that I got your back. I'm not going to let you fail. I'm digging in the trenches with you. As a parent, I have to be the coach, and I have to be a leader in my household. Like, I don't really care. Like, leadership starts with stuff. I don't care if you are a coach. I don't care if you are a janitor. I don't care if you are a bartender. I don't care if you're a CEO, business person, like we're in a boardroom. I feel like every manager does not make a great leader, but every leader does not belong in a boardroom either. Excuse me. I said that right. Every manager doesn't make a great leader, and every leader doesn't belong in a boardroom. So I say that because we show up in everywhere, in any aspect of our entire lives.
For sure.
And how we say it, what we say, what seeds we plant. So it's okay. It's okay to have a 5-year aspiration, a 5-year goal, 5-year stretch goal, whatever you want. Go get it. Map it out. Get your act together. Have the self-awareness. You know what your awareness is. You know what I want, where I am, and what I have to do right now. Because as you said, it is going to change.
Yeah,
in each phase or stage of your life.
For sure.
But then you get clarity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Set clear, specific, and intentional goals. We have a huge goal here, and then we got to reverse engineer that thing and make sure that this is another critical point of mentorship, is being able to show you who you're working with how to set attainable goals in a timely manner, SMART goals as people like to call them as well. Yeah. And then watch this right here. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna make or break.
Man, oh my God. And it's just like, we're we're touching a little bit on spirituality, but in the last couple months, I have become officially of faith. And it's just thank you. It's opened my eyes so much to the trauma that I've experienced and the hardships and just the trials and tribulations. And it's just like with the entire design was to destroy my mind.
Girl.
That's all the enemy wanted was my mind. That's it. That's all he still wants. So of course I'm going to go through this and that to have me depressed. Of course I'm going to experience suicidal ideations. Of course I'm going to experience abusive relationships. Of course I'm going to be here isolated. Of course I'm going to just all of the things. Why? Because if he can have me depleted and he can have me not better yet, if he can have me not in my right mind.
You talking.
How am I going to carry out my purpose? Because my purpose is kingdom work.
Where the mic at? This mic is attached. Can we drop the mic? Can we drop the mic?
I'm just saying because I realize now that my work is kingdom work. I'm here to shift the culture. It's not just about me. I didn't go through none of that stuff because of me. I'm just the vessel. And fortunately for me, in developing in my spiritual maturity and really understanding my purpose and really understanding that how can I teach, how can I provide wisdom to stuff I've never been through? How can I help women heal through stuff I've never experienced myself?
Come on now.
If I don't know what it's like, how can I speak on it? I don't like to be the person that's just talking the talk.
Come on now.
And God know that.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it don't feel good all the time.
No, it don't.
It's not.
No.
It's this video of Lauryn Hill from back in the day, and she's talking about how we all want to be used by God, but we all just want to be put on a pretty stage and wear a pretty vest. But in order to be used by God, you got to be bruised.
Baby.
And sometimes in public.
Yes.
But it's about.
Sometimes it is. I saw that clip. I was like, come on, Lauren. And people don't understand. And I've heard a lot of millionaires and billionaires also, and not even just successful people, right? It is lonely at the top. The higher you climb, it gets lonelier because that level up game and that level up journey is not for the faint at heart. It is not. And like, don't say that you about that life and you really are not. You have absolutely no idea. You don't know how to survive through burnout. You don't know how to handle a situation when apprehension or conflict comes your way. You don't really know how to talk to people or handle people. It drives me absolutely insane how we could say how in our culture and community, we have this stigma that no one wants to work with Black businesses because of their attitudes or how they talk to people, the lack of service that we provide. But then we could also be in a room at the same time and see how beautiful it is because we have not grown up with the same benefits as other cultures have had. And so we are out here grinding, but we are called, chosen, and appointed. And when you are called and when you are chosen, you know what I mean? I know we're not really trying to harp on spirituality, but you really can't do it without spirituality. You can't, because that's what the energy field is all about. The Holy Spirit is energetic, okay?
Man.
So it's like you're going to have to be able to tap in and understand what energy is, what your mindset is. You hit the nail on the head. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind will forever, has forever shifted me and changed my life, because I remember when going through the shift, like I grew up, I came into, I guess I was baptized like around 9, but you grew up in the church. When you saying, and then when you come to a different awakening, it's like, they done lied to me all these years. It hits different.
Man.
And then the more you start to study, to show that self-approved, right? And so the more you start, for lack of knowledge, my people perish.
Man,
so the more you listen.
When I seen that, when I heard that, all right, go ahead.
Yes, I'm tapped in with you. Yes. So the thing is, we have to study ourselves. Study thyself. You know what I mean? Study yourself. Know who you are. Know who you are not. You don't have to be anybody else. You be you, because I only made you. There is only one you, okay? There will never be another you. Your DNA is your DNA. And so I have to show up as my authentic self. when I'm networking, when I'm doing business, when I'm in prayer and worship, when I'm with my kids, if it's just me, myself, and I, girl, you better with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, and feel good about that, because that's what's going to put you on a higher energetic frequency that the universe responds to, that, you know what I'm saying, that really taps into another spiritual realm, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I remember walking around my neighborhood one time, and I had to sit down. I was like, oh my God, I think I finally figured it out. It has everything attached to what we think. And sometimes the things that we think, we don't say to anybody else. But guess what? Your subconscious mind knows what you're thinking. And
your actions gonna show.
Actions. Yep. Actually, listen, girl.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into part 2. Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry to leave y'all on the cliffhanger, but we're gonna go into part 2. If you want more, you just gotta tune in next week. You gotta tune in Sunday 6 p.m. Make sure you see that. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, follow, do the things that y'all do. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. All praise to the Most High. All the things. See y'all next week. Bye.